Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again. Thanks for tuning in. It's been about 2 weeks since the last video, so we're going to do just a 2-week check-in this week. This week we're just going to kind of talk about how the last 2 weeks have went. I've got a couple products I'm going to talk about, and then just check in on our weight. Not a whole lot exciting going on, but we'll kind of cover what's been happening. So that being said, thank you everyone who's been checking in and watching the videos, liking, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate all the feedback I've been getting, and also I've been getting a lot more updates on how you've been doing and the surgeries you're having or have had, and how you've been enjoying some of the products I've talked about. So thank you very much for that feedback. I really appreciate that interaction and hearing about your stories as well. So thank you very much for that. I really do. We're just going to do one long segment today, so we're going to just jump right into the weekly check-in. Weekly check-in, right off the bat, I had a good 2 weeks. You know, I'm doing these videos every 2 weeks now. I lost another 2 pounds since the last video, and that puts me down to 195. So, what, that's a total of 236 pounds down, right? Yes? Math. Yes. 236 down. So 5 pounds away from goal weight. Continuing to average about a pound a week at this point. It definitely is steadying and slowing down, which was always to be expected. But, I mean, 5 more weeks, 5 more pounds. If I maintain that rate, that'd be awesome. Overall, things have been feeling well. No medical issues or problems to speak of. You know, the last surgery I had was a little over a month ago. That was where I had my gallbladder removed and internal hernia repaired. I have no lasting problems from that. I know after you've had your gallbladder out, it's very common to have difficult time eating certain foods and certain things. While I don't eat really much fried food at all anyways, so I really haven't been able to test that. I do eat a Caesar salad occasionally, usually with some type of protein, chicken or steak on top. And sometimes salads can be harder to digest. I've not had any problems with that. So far I've had no issues with any type of vegetable. What little vegetables I eat have not really affected me at all since that surgery. Overall experience yesterday, well actually next week is my wife's and my third year wedding anniversary. So kind of as an early anniversary day, I surprised her by taking her to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. And it's kind of a tourist town, a lot of stuff going on. I actually lived and worked up there for about a decade. Multiple different things, including haunted houses, restaurants, such as that when I was younger. And so we went up there for the day. There is a Ripley's Aquarium in the Smokies up there, and that was one of the big things we wanted to do. But we hit the aquarium, we hit Guinness World Records, we hit a place called the World of Illusions, we played miniature golf, went into Mysterious Mansion, which is a haunted house. I used to work there for years, and a good friend of mine is the manager of the place, so it was exciting to go back in there for the first time in a long time. I think that's attraction-wise majority of what we did. But we also walked, you know, all over town, went into a bunch of different stores, did some shopping, things like that. And so we were literally probably about walking 6 to 7 hours, you know, of our day, all up and down hills, up and down stairs, throughout the different places. And I bring that up because I did that all without a problem. I wore my compression shirt that I talked about last video underneath a polo shirt that I had tucked into jeans, wearing 2 shirts. It was probably 78, 77 degrees Fahrenheit up there yesterday, so relatively sunny but not super hot. I wasn't overly sweating. I didn't overheat at all. I did have a problem when I didn't take enough drinks. I kept having to stop and get drinks because I was getting a little dehydrated, but I mean, I'm a little just overall sore from walking for the day, but I mean, a year and a half ago, I wouldn't have been able to do one of those attractions. The aquarium itself would have kicked my ass, and we walked all over town. I probably could have kept going should I needed to. But we had a really good day out, and it was nice to be able to go out and spend that time with my wife without kind of having to constantly make her take breaks and sit down and find an air-conditioned place to sit down where I could recoup. You know, I didn't feel like I was slowing her down. We had a really good day out. We had a lot of fun, and that's really what I wanted to do for her yesterday. And it was nice to be able to do that without any issues. So I thought I'd bring that up. It was it was a really nice day out and a really good experience. And just one of those things that, one of those reminders that just, people are always saying, oh, hey, you look so much better now, or hey, you look great, you've lost a lot of weight. And that's awesome. Looking better is always a perk. But to be able to do that, to be able to just walk around the day all over the place and do stuff with my wife without feeling like I was going to die, that was by far probably, those are the things that really made this surgery worthwhile to me. That made it worth it. I regularly get asked, hey, do you regret the surgery? I've been asked that twice in the last 2 weeks. And the answer is no. I have zero regrets. Are there things that sometimes I miss eating? Sure, of course. My life will always be a little bit more limited because of the surgery, but the pros so drastically outweigh the cons. That even with the other surgery I had to have, healing time, all that stuff, all of it was 100% worth it. I don't regret it in any way whatsoever. So, so there's that. It was just a good day out. I got a t-shirt. I got a cool Scottish Celtic t-shirt. I mean, I'm really into Celtic stuff, and my wife bought me a t-shirt as a gift yesterday for our anniversary, and it's really kick-ass. I was able to get it in large. It's nice to be able to go to tourist places and not have to look for big and tall stuff. I can buy regular size shirts, so that was pretty phenomenal. I'll wear that in a video in the future. I just haven't worn it yet. But like I said, great experience. The other thing I was just going to talk about today, because again, today's going to be a relatively short video. So like I said, I don't have a whole super lot to talk about. It's of course food itself. I've talked about multiple products in these videos, and one of them is a zucchini pasta that I've talked about several times. And Smart Bee, I believe, is the name of the brand company that makes it. And I get most of my groceries at Kroger. But I do shop at Walmart occasionally as well. So I was hitting a Walmart up, and they have them as well. There's multiple different flavors of the pastas. They're delicious. I love them. I cannot recommend them higher. But Walmart did have them where instead of a spiraled noodle, they have more of a traditional spaghetti style noodle. In a couple of their flavors, the marinara and the Alfredo sauce, which was nice. It very, again, it tastes like fucking spaghetti. I mean, it's not crazy different in flavor at all. It tastes just like the other noodles of the spiral type, same sauces and everything. But it was delicious, and it was nice to have the different noodle type. I think that noodle type, if added with some lean meatballs, maybe, would add a nice thing. But if I make spaghetti for my family for dinner, that goes really well for me. I've had the spiral noodles before while I've made them, and again, it tastes the same, but it feels more like I'm eating what they're eating, And so more on a mental level, it's nice to be able to sit down at a table and their plate looks like my plate, Don't feel like you're standing out in any way whatsoever. So recommend those. If you have a chance to pick up those, definitely do so. I've also talked about the chicken crust pizzas by a company named Real Good. I've talked about them multiple times. And I've also mentioned that they were coming out with enchiladas, where instead of wrapped in a tortilla, it's wrapped in a thin, basically piece of chicken. I finally bought the damn things. My Kroger finally had them. Turns out they're not anywhere in the same section, so they may have had them longer than I thought. But they weren't in any of the same sections as the pizzas. They're on a whole other side of the rest of the grocery store. But there are 4 flavors of those. There's beef, chicken, pork, and then cheese. Now, the cheese is the only one that I will not eat because the fat content, just because there's so much cheese in it. Fat content in that one I think was like 26 or 28 grams, and I get 30 grams of fat a day. So one of those would be my entire fat. There's no way I'm going to pull that off. So I'll stay away from the cheese one. But I did get the beef, and I did get the with chicken, which is more of a white sauce. I love them. They were great. They were, in fact, for flavor-wise, as much as I love the pizzas, probably like the enchiladas even more. It helps that they're 4 minutes in a microwave. So I don't have to use an oven. They're faster, they're easier to make. So for convenience, they totally win. I was paying, when I was there, they were 2 for $9. Pizzas average normal price, $5 to $6 a piece. So they're also a bit cheaper. They are a relatively small portion. For someone who's had the surgery and is maintaining your sizes and portions, they should fit right in there. But if you're someone who's just dieting, or maybe at the point where the surgery's in the past a bit for you and you're into larger portions, it may not be quite enough to fill you. I was eating a piece of my high-carb, low-protein bread as toast, a piece of toast with it, and that filled me. I was good. But some folks may need something a little bit more, maybe as a side, maybe a little salad or something like that. But for me, they're perfectly sized. So I had no complaints about those at all. They were delicious. The sauce was incredibly rich in flavor. And I can't recommend those higher as well. So if you have the chance to try the real good enchiladas, please jump all over that. You will not regret it. So last thing I'm going to mention, and I'm going to need you to hold a second. I'm going to pause. And I'm back. So the other thing I'm going to mention about is a bit more of a dessert, of a treat. And I haven't really talked about anything like that because as part of the surgery, things like sweets and treats and such, really there's not much room for those in your diet at this point. You got to maintain your proteins, your carbs, your fats, and in some situations calories, depending on how your nutritionist works in your office and such. But there's not a lot of room for snacking or treats and such. I am at a point now where, with the permission of my nutritionist, I can have a little bit more leeway in there. And I'm increasing, again, to just get to the process of starting to slow down my weight gain. I can do that occasionally. So I found probably one of the things I missed the most from pre-surgery was ice cream. I'm an ice cream guy. I used to have ice cream, a little ice cream before I went to bed every night. Clearly, I got fat as hell, so it was not the best thing to do. But I used to have a little ice cream all the time. Well, it wasn't a little ice cream. I had a lot of damn ice cream before I went to bed every night, but I had ice cream. So I kind of miss that. Miss having something cold and something sweet. And the only real sweet thing in my diet at this point is the protein shakes that I drink. So I was looking for something. But again, I was trying to stay health conscious. I wanted to stay something within the metrics that wasn't going to hurt me too bad. And so I found something, again, I got these at Walmart, okay? And they're by Breyers, if you know Breyers ice cream. And there's Halo Top ice cream. A lot of people try those. I'm avoiding Halo Top ice cream, even though it's not that bad. I'm avoiding it because it's a tub of ice cream with multiple servings in it. And I know me, and I know my history, and if you give me a tub of ice cream, I'm going to eat the whole tub of ice cream. Scooping out a serving, I'm lazy. That's why I got fat. I'm lazy, and I'm not going to be as well as managing that as I am something that comes single serving, and that's why I have these. So Breyers has something called Carb Smart chocolate fudgesicle bobbers. Anyways, these things, very good. I picked these up a few weeks ago. They're soft, very chocolatey. They are delicious. These are phenomenal. I think I pay right at about $4 a box. Comes with 6 in it. They're a fudge bar, and for the metrics, they're per servings 3 grams of fat, 11 carbs, 2 proteins. So carb-wise, they're the lowest carb ice cream bar supplement snack thing that I have found. And like I said, they don't get real hard. They stay softer than a regular fudge bar, which I kind of like as well. It's more like ice cream on a stick. And they're a decent-sized portion, but they're good. They taste really good. They're easy to eat. Because they're individually portioned, I don't have to worry about overeating one. I'll have one every maybe 3 days. I don't think I've done it any less than that. I've gone further, but I don't think I've eaten one more often than that. But I try to keep them spaced out. Only 3 grams of sugar in it. And for those of you who do calories, because people have been asked for that. For those of you who do calories, 70 calories. So it's healthier than a regular fudge bar, which itself is pretty much fat-free in most situations. These are phenomenal. So definitely, if you're looking for, and you're at the point where you've got permission and approval to work in stuff like this, Carb Smart, these are really, really good. There's another one that's like a chocolate-covered ice cream bar. I haven't tried that one yet. The carbs on that one are about 18 grams, so about 7 more grams of carbs. Fats and proteins are close. I think it's got a little bit more fat, but not a lot. I like these much. I'm going to stick with them for a while. I'll probably try those other ones eventually once I hit goal weight, but I'm trying not to drastically increase my carbs until I get there. So that being said, I'm looking ice cream. Ice cream. Yes, eat that. So that's just a couple products I want to talk about this week. The compression shirt's still working really well. I think I might get another one, but try to go a size smaller. The one I have is snug, but not uncomfortably so. But I might like to see if I can find one that does just a bit more compression. So once I get that and I have a couple to compare, I'm going to do a video based on compression shirts. I talked about doing one previously, but I realized just like, hey, here's a compression shirt. Doesn't give me a lot of points of reference. So I'm going to try to get a couple different brands and a couple different sizes so I can do a video kind of comparing them to give you some pros and cons of the different ones I've tried. So that'll probably be at least a few weeks to a month out, because I don't have a ton of money to buy a whole bunch of shirts. But I am going to pick up a couple different compression shirts over the next few weeks to try those out, and then I can kind of give you some feedback and examples. I'll probably do a video specifically dedicated to that. It won't be in like these bi-weekly videos. So other than that, thank you again for tuning in this week. I said a pretty short one. Definitely try out the foods I talked about. If you're anywhere around me, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, lots of fun. A lot of good stuff to do there. If you live up there, it gets boring kind of quick. But, you know, if you don't go very often, I hadn't been up there in years, and it was a blast to go up there and go in. A lot of the attractions and stuff I went to, things had changed, and just to go in some of the stores and such, do a little bit of shopping was really a nice experience. And it's a great day out. Lots of great places to eat. For those of us bariatrically, a little bit more limited. With it being kind of a tourist town, it's going to be more like Philly sandwiches, burgers, hot dogs, French fries, and stuff. But there's lots of little places in there that you can jump in and find yourself something. So definitely recommend that as just a little day trip away. Or if you're further away, you're looking for a great vacation spot, it's definitely worth going to at least once, checking out the town. So thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Be sure to check out all my social media links for my websites and Facebooks and all that stuff, all down the links to these videos. Just like the video if you enjoyed it. If you've not done so, please subscribe. Check out my videos every week. And we will see you again later. Everybody have a good week.